In 2018, I bought the newest iPad because it was so much faster, it was lighter, it had a whole new design. It could do a lot of things. I feel like I was still limited a little bit, but what happened is my son dropped it and it got a big crack in the center and it just became pretty much useless because to replace the screen was going to be so expensive that it would have been just cheaper to buy a new iPad. So what I ended up doing is I got rid of it and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try the 13-inch iPad. So I bought the exact same year. This was like 2 years later because they hadn't really changed in the last 2 years. I got a 13-inch iPad. I thought it was really nice to have the larger screen, but that's the only thing I liked about it. I did not like that it was way heavier and that it was just bulky. Like you couldn't like really take it with you. It wasn't ultra mobile. It just seemed like a laptop or a MacBook Air would have been a lot easier to take with me. And it seemed like I was mostly using it as a laptop because I had the 13-inch iPad Air with the keyboard and it was heavier than my 13-inch MacBook Air. So I ended up selling that iPad and I haven't purchased another iPad since then. Now today you can get the M4 iPad. It's a lot lighter, it's a lot faster than the 2018 model, and I find myself still not wanting to upgrade. And the main reason probably is the price. Like maybe I would get it if it wasn't so expensive, but I just find that if I get the 13-inch model, I'm gonna use it like a laptop, so why not just use a laptop that's about the same weight? Like my M1 MacBook Air is incredibly light, and I don't see why I would need an iPad where the laptop can actually do way more. I know you can do a lot of things with the iPad, and you can do specialty things with it, but for the way I use a computer, it's just, it's so much easier to do all my video editing from a laptop. I can't really do the same thing on an iPad. And I think that most people kind of feel the same way about this. So I don't think the iPad is really that big of an upgrade. Now, I have really considered getting the smaller iPad, the 11-inch, just because it's so light, it's so portable. That's the one I'm actually leaning towards. I think the cost, I think it's just way too expensive. You can get a much lighter MacBook Air that's speedy, that's super fast, for a fraction of the price as the Pro model. And the only thing that the Pro model really offers is its lighter weight. And I think that's really nice, but I think I'm probably gonna wait another year or two for the price to come down on the older models. So that's the main reason that I'm not really upgrading. And I think that Apple's been really terrible about the way they've been pricing their products recently. If you look at every single MacBook right now, the way they price everything, it's like you get the base model and it's kind of garbage just because there's not enough RAM. Like say you buy the cheapest computer, you buy the base model and you're like, okay, I'm gonna upgrade the RAM or the hard drive. Well, it ends up being the same cost almost as like the next tier computer. And so it really kind of like messes up just your way of thinking about it. It's like, okay, so I should just get the base model or I should spend a ton of money and like really max this thing out. And I don't think that's good for anyone. So I really have like been very resistive about buying any computers for the last few years. I still have my M1 MacBook Air, I have the base model, and I haven't really found a huge reason to upgrade yet. I do want to upgrade soon, but there's just not a great option that's available. If you look at the iPads, like sure, you get a fantastic iPad, you get that M4 chip, but what can you do with it? You really can't do anything that spectacular until they upgrade the operating system to be more like a MacBook. So those are just kind of my thoughts today on why I'm not upgrading any of my computers right now or my iPads, and why I'm just kind of sticking with my M1 MacBook Air. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Please like, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.